Monday Night Football. Bills trying to get back on track, and suddenly the Broncos and Russell Wilson have a little pulse, beat the Chiefs, come off a bye week into Buffalo. You see the cast on ESPN2.
You look at his numbers, Russell Wilson, from where he was last year. A lot of people thought, well, that's done. He's fit in very nicely with Sean Payton and that new scheme out in Denver.
Bentley to set up the Rebels. Some field position dropped at the 28.
This Georgia defense got off to a bit of a slow start. Boy, they have settled in after making some adjustments. For some reason, Ole Miss trying to run between the tackles, which is a no-no. Only averaging about 2.5 yards a carry. But the young freshman linebackers, in for John Dumas Johnson, C.J. Allen, been all over this field. 33 leads the Dogs in tackles, and it's growing up right in front of us. A 5-star true freshman linebacker getting a lot of reps and having a chance to really mature and grow tonight.
Fields total yards since the first quarter, 36. That's it after 180 in the opening quarter for the Rebels offense. Dart spreads out, gets the corner, doesn't go out of bounds, gets sandwiched, knocked down hard. You could hear the pads pop. It was Everett and Loeb who got him in a sandwich.
Loeb chasing that play from behind, 310 pounds. I think the combination of the two that you referenced, Chris, anytime even though he's a big, strong quarterback, you'd love to see him always get down.
You said linebacker mentality. He does weigh 220 pounds. Had a chance, though, just to step out of bounds.
I think Loeb's helmet and his helmet hit right there, 96. He's a 310-pound right there. All of his momentum goes right into Jackson Dart.
It did not look good as he hits the turf right there. Had a chance to step out, and that would have been the prudent decision. Spencer Sanders, the former Oklahoma State Cowboy, is the backup. He's had limited duty, has played in 6 games, but he's a guy who has 41 starts in his career, won 30 games in Stillwater for Mike Gundy's team. Dart is still very, very slow. Finally sitting up. That's good to see. It'd be hard to see him returning to the game, but he's a tough guy.
Really is. Yeah.
Comes off a monster game. He was heroic against A&M, 387 passing yards, a couple of touchdowns, a hard-fought victory for the Rebels. He'll be checked out by the doctors and athletic trainers on the Rebels bench. See if he heads into the tent. Yeah, he will.
What you lose is the ability to tack downfield. Spencer Sanders can throw the football. He's 11 of 17 this year. He can run. He's a real threat. Chris talked about his experience there. Almost 10,000 yards through the air. Look at that, 69 touchdowns. So he's a different kind of passer, but definitely has not the power of Dart, but has some quickness.
Hands off the Judges. They've just not had any success outside the tackles, which has been the weakness of the Dogs' defense. As they've had success.
Yeah, almost 7 yards a carry outside the tackles, but here in these last 2 or 3 possessions, it's been mostly between the tackles, but they haven't had much luck. There's movement.
The quarterback comes in. Although for the most part, the problem for this Rebels offensive line has not been a lack of poise on the road.
Offense for 56. 5-yard penalty.
The guys are doing the best they can with the injuries in and out, shuffling dudes around different positions. And it's just been protecting against the Dogs' relentless front.
And you got Reese McIntyre right now at center, 56. He's the backup. Caleb Warren, the starting center. He's over at right guard. I mean, they've been shuffling this offensive line almost by the series.
They cross-train, but it's a tough thing on the road against this group. Sanders, an inaccurate throw, kind of a low pitch to Trey Harris. Lassiter in coverage, tough guy to beat, and his 4th down.
Tough guy to beat, and a tough thing to do when you're sitting around for 2.5 quarters cold, and you come in and you got to make a throw on 3rd down in about 7 or 8 against Lassiter.
elite corner coverage. We don't talk about him a lot because, frankly, opponents don't target him a lot. They go at other guys that kind of leave. They'll leave number 3 side alone. Hughes on the sidelines makes a cut. Kai Muse in space. Little guy with a flag down, bolting into Ole Miss territory, but very low kick. Muse says, "I'll take it, thank you very much," but this looks like it's going to come back. Flag was on the far side, right near where the return began.
During the return, holding, return team number 27. Penalty is 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down, Georgia.
It's Arian Smith, the wide receiver, who wears 27 on special teams. Kirby has high standards. He's grumpy about stuff. He's going to be coaching as the man that he learned a little bit from. Nick Saban does right to the final play, and Kirby knows that everybody's going to be patting him on the back. You won the East. Congratulations.
Oh, no.
Tennessee's terrible to go up to Knoxville. No, I'm not going to want to listen to it.
No. Isn't it rat poison?
Edwards. Short game on their back. Holly, what can we learn about the condition of Jackson Dart over there?
Well, guys, when he went into the injury tent, I saw him holding his left collarbone, shoulder, everywhere. He's come out from there, and now he's being taken into the Ole Miss locker room right now. He does look a little bit dejected. He's walking. It looks like he's not in a ton of pain, but definitely he is a dejected young man as he leaves the field.
Yeah, if it's a collarbone, that's certainly not good news. And when you play the game like you're a linebacker and you take your hits, Dylan Bell in the backfield that launches downfield, and that's Bowers trying to make a one-handed catch with Anthony in coverage. Wow. No flag.
Wow, I thought that would have been an obvious call. Looks like he grabbed the front of his jersey. Anthony's had a tough match. I remember I said the transfer from Liberty. He said, "Wow, I didn't know tight ends could be this big and fast." Watch your jersey pull. Man, Brock Bowers doesn't argue hardly ever. He looked around like, can I get a call here?
Do whatever you can to try to defend 19, right? So it's 3rd down and 7. Ben escapes, has plenty of space, goes down a lot more. He slides down at about the 40 after a 14-yard gain.
So you're going to show blitz, and then you're going to drop. But Carson Wentz sees this. And look at that middle open up. Nobody there. Soon, teams are going to start to appreciate and respect 15 when he drops back to throw. You got to worry about that big arm. But this kid can run the football, and he has good recognition because of the field vision. And he's going to take that on 3rd down all day long.
6'4", long strides. He just gobbles up yardage quickly once he decides to take off.
A lot bigger than I think he looks on TV. We visited with him yesterday.
Look out, Milton. Foot race. And they try
Will they make it? Oh!
way over 100 yards and a huge
We're down the red zone.
running backs. 51 yards more.
Watch these combination blocks by the offensive line. Really good job in the interior. Van Brand is able to help out. Van Brand is a leader of that front. They work so well together. This offensive line, I know the backs are getting all the yards, but if I'm Kirby Smart, I'm giving Stacey Searles and this offensive line the game ball. These guys have dominated the point of attack.
So many yards before contact. Milton and Edwards be the first ones to tell you, hey, give all the credit to the big fellas up front. Edwards is now in the game. He's got a couple touchdowns as well. Tackled at the 7.
And it's not just that they're big. I know they recruit great players. What's unique about the offensive line here is how they're in rhythm. They're in sync. They have continuity, and they're healthy.
Heavyweights in the sport starting to flex. You saw Michigan earlier, Bama this afternoon, Georgia tonight. Headed to the 4th quarter. You're watching ESPN College Football Prime Time from Athens.
We'll be right back. And that won't do it for the third quarter.